You're listening to the Angry Marks Podcast Network.
Biggest story coming out of Monday Night Raw, the return of Paul Heyman. I'd mentioned a couple of episodes ago here on the Raw Reaction that I would love for Paul Heyman to come and just be the mouthpiece of Lesnar. That way you could extend out Lesnar's usefulness because he didn't have to be there every week. And Paul Heyman's the guy that could go in there and cut promos against Triple H's and the John Cena's and the Randy Ortons. Any of these guys, Paul Heyman can go in there and cut the money promo. This guy's a professional at this. Lesnar's gotten a lot better, which is what I brought up a couple weeks ago. I love to see these two guys team now that Lesnar is at a different level with his promos, and Heyman is Heyman. Very big news. Very positive. This is one return that I'm very, very excited about. Kev, what were your thoughts?
Indeed, this was the most shocking, surprising thing coming out of Raw tonight. I never expected Paul Heyman to come back. After all the things that he's said over the years, it just sounded to me like for him, wrestling was dead. And even with the return of Brock Lesnar to WWE, I wouldn't have put money on Paul Heyman coming back, but he was here tonight, and he delivered a very compelling promo. Really liked it. Put over Brock strong.
The thing that Heyman basically came out and said that Brock Lesnar has quit the company. They went over the injuries that Triple H sustained. And for any of those boxing fans or for those casual boxing fans who ordered the pay-per-view, like early reports are a lot of people did, Triple H actually walked Floyd Mayweather Jr. out to the ring. Apparently, I didn't see the show, but apparently he held up one of Floyd's title belts. He wasn't selling the injuries of the arm. Mike Cole and Jerry Lawler informed us that Triple H is still able to do activities like that because he has a robotic brace. But he still needs surgery, but he's able to do day-to-day activities. Basically, what we got tonight was them sprinkling the seeds for SummerSlam, where you have to think one of the big matches, if not the main event, will be Triple H against Brock Lesnar. And then what we'll get is some Paul Heyman sprinkled in, some Triple H demanding Lesnar to show back up. Tonight, I think, set the table for the most interesting and the biggest program of the summer. Day one, I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. What are your thoughts on that, Kev?
I very much look forward to seeing what they're going to do with this as well. I think they have a perfect opportunity to do a slow burn on this. Definitely no rush on getting Brock back on TV any soon. No rush of having Triple H rush back to the ring or for anything. Plenty of opportunity for other programs to build around this. And, it's ultimately a throwaway match, but I think this may be a match that I actually do want to see. One of the things that I thought about with Triple H returning to WWE is, and one of the big problems that I had is what new things would Triple H be willing to do at this point in his career. And I think a match with Brock Lesnar, now that Lesnar is back, I think that is one of the new things that we could do. And I'm really looking forward to it. Now let me ask you a question here, Alex. You mentioned that, Triple H now has an arm brace on of some sort.
Mike Cole referred to as a robotic arm brace.
And that allows him to get back to his day-to-day duties, right?
Correct. As we saw pictures of him writing on a piece of paper.
Okay. Do those day-to-day duties also include holding up title belts for Floyd Mayweather in Vegas on the weekend?
I guess it does. Actually, I covered that when I went over it. But yeah, that's, from the reports I saw, like I said, I didn't actually see the fight. But from what I understand, he was holding, he was there in the entourage along with Justin Bieber and 50 Cent, walking Floyd Mayweather Jr. to the ring holding up one of his title belts.
Now, what does that say about you when you're in the entourage of somebody along with Justin Bieber?
Well, I think in another era, and like I said, I didn't see the fight, I think in another era, it would have been a big deal for a World Wrestling Entertainment superstar, a member of the WWE Universe, Let me see how many terms I can throw out real quick. I think it would mean a lot for a guy to accompany another. I mean, if Stone Cold Steve Austin would have walked Mike Tyson out to the ring in 1997, 1998, I think it would have been a drastic big deal. I think news agencies would have covered it. Only wrestling websites reported that Triple H was even there. You don't see a lot of mentions of it anywhere else. You know, it's kind of a big deal. He was there with Floyd Mayweather. I mean, for all reports, this looks to be the biggest pay-per-view of the year, so a lot of eyes were on him. It would make you think that professional wrestling was a little bit bigger than what it was. But of the three names I just listed, the only person that's relevant is Justin Bieber. So, what's that tell you?